Eamon Lidsey, blue gate 2, Justin Sedgman, gate 3 in white, and Rowan Tungate. And the couple you just absolutely need to get in, Rowan Tungate in particular. He's the most in touch with this Australian title series. But then to Jack Holder and Jamin Lidsey, they are locked together on 48 points
100%, mate. Yeah, they're fighting for obviously third spot, and pressure's on Rowan. You know, he's fighting for the championship, and he needs a 1-2. It's going to be tough off gate 4. These two here on 1 and 2. Gates 1 and 2 are rock solid.
And then you throw in Justin Sedgman, who has a Hail Mary. He has absolutely nothing to lose past this race.
Nothing to lose at all, and got the whole crowd behind him. So, yeah, this is spicy, mate. It's going to be good. This is money time.
This track is gorgeously, isn't it? The start line in particular, super finely combed. You only have to look back a couple of days and it was a swimming pool where we are right now. It's incredible to think how they turned around.
Yep.
You could look at nearly any other track in the country across any speedway. If you just saw that amount of water, you just wouldn't even bother, Lee. That's
exactly.
The obvious.
No, testament to Rhino and the boys. They do a great job, honestly.
Holder in gate 1, Lidsey gate 2, Sedgman in gate 3, Tungate, the extreme outside on the limiters. It's with the starters. Holder right alongside.
Oh.
One's going to go down. Lidsey, it is. It was unsettled from the start, Lee. It's going to be a tough call.
It was pretty messy. I think that'll be all 4 back in, Lee, and that was pretty tight. Obviously, you see there, Jack was just trying to make it his line, his corner. And as we said, Rowan, under pressure, fighting for Australian Championship, had to get across him. And pretty much just tagged J-Mo and straightened J-Mo up and into the air fence. Looks like he's up, and hopefully he's okay.
Yeah,
might need a little bit of time to get the bike sorted.
Strong applause from up the corner to see him up, and I think that's
Shane,
straight on it.
Hamo on the run.
He's been with him for a number of years. The two grew up in school together, the best of mates. And they're working hard at it. And they're fired up in the crowd, aren't they? They're riding it home pretty hard. As Jamin walks back, and Ollie will grab the bike and get it ready. As I don't think any lights on the tower, and we should have all 4 back in.
Be very surprised if he excludes anybody. It'll be all 4, I'm quite sure. Obviously, we just want J-Mo to have his number 1 bike and get that sorted. Hopefully, he hasn't bent anything and can get it sorted and be back in the rerun.
He looks good on his feet too, Lee. Doesn't seem to be nursing any injury in particular. I don't know whether he'd allude to that too much anyway. He's a pretty slick operator, and I think he'd be able to shrug off most things that are, pressing him. But he doesn't seem to be limping or anything like that, which is important.
No, it won't phase him. And obviously, Jackie Holder just, he tried to make that one his corner, and which he was in front and just rode his line, basically. So, full credit to him. But again, you had Rowan Tungate there on 4 under the pump, and hasn't got selected gate choice, basically, and trying to get across the whole lot of them.
Does this now put a massive bit of pressure on Jack Holder? He's now been able to, they've had that start, they've crammed it away. Jamin went down. I think in a way that takes the pressure off Jamin now that, he just gets through this first corner and it's okay. But do you feel like all eyes are on Jack Holder now after, the pair came together? There's no malice in it. There was a bunch of crowding into turn 1, but would you feel like the eyes are really on you now? It
certainly wouldn't be the first time that it bites them in the backside and they make the start and rerun and then they fluff it. But, Jack's pretty calculated. It looks like he's doing a bit of gardening out there. He looks pretty comfortable. Here comes Chris. Give him a hand and give him a bit of advice. And they just said, right, this is the rut that we're after, and they'll just work on that. You can see Rowan here. He's got the shovel out. He's literally taking gardening to the next level. Look at him. My God, he's doing a Nicky Pedersen.
Yeah, he's brought the earth moving in himself.
Yeah, definitely. KW is helping out here with the grader. Look at it.
There's a lot riding on this, Lee.
Massive.
He's doing everything.
As I say, he's under the pump. He hasn't got his first choice or second choice a gate. His third choice, and he's probably not wanting that outside and realises that he's just got to put everything at it.
If Adam Sandler made a Speedway movie, Liam, can you imagine the gardening process?
That's next level, isn't it? That was great.
There was a bit of contact between Jack and Jamin getting into that turn one. I saw you could actually see Jack try not to pitch it in because it certainly would have given him a don't argue, but he tried really hard not to lay the thing in.
Yeah, look, I think Jack just tried to make it his corner. You know, he's come off the start, and he's just run up a little bit to try and stop J-Mo. And then, yeah, you got Rowan there on the outside just doing everything to get across. So it was basically the old 3 into 1.
It's tough, and it has to be. It absolutely has to be. There's no easy corners. There's no easy gate. There's no real chosen gate tonight. They really come from, 1, 2, and 4 in particular. I think gate 3 has probably been the toughest thus far, but there's a bit to work with for Rowan Tungate upstairs as the couple of bikes start to roll in for Jack.
That's
Start
Declan.
out of gate 1.
That's my son, Declan. He mechanics for Jack. Has done last year and this year. So, it's pretty cool. And I get the luxury of having the holders take over my household, which is really cool. I just love it.
A serious title contender as well, Lee. They've competed so strongly in the first 3 rounds, and they're still well and truly in touch on board with Jack.
Looks like J-Mo's got his first bike there. It's not a clean front wheel, so which is good.
It's good news.
That's what we want.
And we want all 4 at the top of their game here. Sedgie comes to lock into his spot, and Rowan Tungate will pull into his now perfectly crafted gate out of gate 4 in the yellow helmet colour. So Jack's going to pull in there in the red helmet colour. Lidsey, the vest come adrift a little bit.
Looks like he might have ripped a buckle off there, so that won't faze him.
He'll fly the cape. There's no problem with that.
Yeah. Got 1 minute.
So Tungate now to the gate.
Looks like it actually looks like J-Mo did have to swap bikes, so hopefully it's not a disadvantage, and we can get him there in that A final.
It's tough. Tungate needs the spot. Holder and Lidsey, they are neck and neck at 3rd and 4th in this Australian title. Lee Adams, we're on the start line. Holder in gate 1, Lidsey and Tungate. Holder is going to get the best of the start, but I tell you, Tungate right around the top. Rowan Tungate will lead into 3 and 4 and will lock in the first lap of this semi-final. And he looks to settle in pretty nicely, Lee.
Looks pretty comfortable there. I mean, obviously that gardening really helped him. He got a great shot out of there, and off he went.
So Tungate is strong. We got one of the bikes on the back straightaway pulling in. I think it was the white helmet colour of Justin Sedgman. So Sedgman is in field, and they are having a crack now for the final spot in the A final, but it's all with Rowan Tungate and Jack Holder. Lidsey is fighting hard, but it's going to be pretty tough from here.
J-Mo's really trying, but obviously just his B bike is not quite as good as the A, which is unfortunate.
Rowan Tungate, ladies and gentlemen, and Jack Holder will lock in our first pair to lock straight into that A final. It wouldn't go without drama either.
Not at all, and it looks like Sedgie's feeling the effects of possibly that crash. It might have hurt him.
Yeah, I think he's nursing a wing.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty badly.
Sounds as though it's a wrist, so...
So our first semi-final locked in. Holder and Tungate will go through. And importantly, this is a big chance for Jack Holder to make a lunge.
Another one for Max here is getting the win, because the semis go off the first place getters. So Max will be really trying to get the win here to have first choice in the final. So, it's going to be interesting.
What a recovery from Tungate, Lee. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
Massive. He was under the pump there, Wado.
That's the mark of a champion when he can dig back.
Yeah, we saw in that the first run, he really tried to get across JMO and just put everything at it, and obviously got a clean run in that second, in the rerun.
Max Frick in red, Brady Kurtz in blue, Sam Masters, he's reinvented himself tonight as Slammin' Sam. Ben Cook in yellow up against the wall, second semi, only 2 more spots left at the table. Who gets to dine and try and wrap up round 4 as we head to Gilman Epic Speedway in Adelaide.
A lot of gardening going on. Obviously, the track's deteriorated. The ruts is pretty much all you got left. You haven't got any fresh by this stage of the night.
Mate,
so you're just looking for your best rut.
These guys that make Jamie Jury look like he doesn't know one end of a shovel from the other. Max is already there, just leaning on the tapes. I remember reading Chum Taylor's book years ago. He said in Sweden the tapes was an elastic band with a big adjustable spanner.
Max is right over on the pole line. I think he's actually caught a bit of fresh.
Wow, he is right over there. Max Frick. Can he make it stick on the bottom? Yes. Brady coming back at him into 3, though. Oh, Max
lifted.
Rodeo style twice. Brings it back into second, but boy, that thing was on the back legs. Oh, he's under pressure now again on the back wheel. Sam Masters. Boy, there's some traction out there, Lee.
Epic lap there, Wade. Yeah, definitely. So it looks like they got their bikes set up pretty aggressive and lifting off the corner, Sam and Max.
If anybody questions Max Frick's riding craft, he just nailed them twice because that thing was all sorts of ugly twice.
But he's in second position and into the A final, and that's all he's after.
Brady Kurtz, well done. Whew, man. Max Frick, Brady Kurtz, Sammy Masters, and Ben Cook.
We've got to take a breath. That was a pretty epic first lap, definitely.
Wow. Max could have gone down twice in 2 separate occasions. The bike got all sorts of out of shape, and he still managed to bring it back in a second. Masters will just miss in third. And Ben Cook, gallant in that 4th and final spot. So they will pair up an epic A main. The cream always rises to the top, Lee Adams.
Yeah, definitely. And, the way it works there, Wade, is... so what have we got there? Tungate was the winner of his semi.
Correct.
So he was down on points but won his first semi. So he'll get first choice. Oh, actually, no, sorry. I think Brady will get first choice. Tungate second. Max third. And then Jackie Holder was second, wasn't he?
Correct.
So he'll get third choice, I think. So Max could be fourth.
So where do you go from what you saw in the semis? Has anything changed your mind about the gate?
No, I still think gate 1.
Yeah.
know, Max sort of ran out of ruts there and was right over on the pole line. But the start Jack made was nice and clean in both those. Obviously, they're going to probably refresh the track, and then we'll be into it.
So Lee, what is the ruling on having how much of the bike over the white line in the corners?
You're allowed 1 wheel.
And the motor.
One wheel, motor, just not 2. Just not
the dirt deflector.
Just not 2. So as soon as you're... Yeah, I don't know though. I think your back wheel can be on the white line, but not over. I think that's the way it works.
Fantastic crowd, mate. We're in some epic racing coming up in January as well. The Warren Monson Sidecar Memorial coming up on January 20, and then on Australia Day, on Friday, January 26, Ty Woofenden will be here. He'll be appearing at the track at some point in Dom's about midnight because he loves to go and spin the disc. He's a pretty established DJ these days. Got his own songs on Spotify and everything is Ty.
The rock star.
He really is a rock star.
Rock star, yeah.
God, I have the fondest memories of him as a little kid when Robbie Woofenden, his late dad, was still riding at Claremont, and Ty would crush a Coke can under his left foot so he could walk around like his dad. And Robbie used to say, Ty, you little... Come here. He was as tough as nails, Robbie Woofenden. Had a heart as big as a semi.
Again, another great family. Looks like we got 5 in the race here.
Woohoo!
It's going to be on.
Now,
might
we have
even
no
we-
names for
we-
who that will be, I don't think.
We may even have 6, actually.
Might use our program here and see if we can get some rider numbers, Liam, as to who's
We have got 6.
everybody. Butcher's Picnic League.
Ah.
It's Hatter.
This is definitely where you want to make a clean start. Get to the first corner and clear out.
Jack Morrison, Paddy Hamilton. I didn't see Paddy tonight. He was in the pits.
That's Sammy Hagan off blue.
How many times do you reckon Sammy Hagan's ridden in a 6-bike race?
I'd say none.
He's about to. I couldn't think of a better time to get the gate.
100%. 100%.
So you're going to be at Butcher's Picnic behind you. So you definitely want to get there first. Boy, howdy. It's like the Phil Crump. 6 riders.
Get up the inside there, Sammy.
Has he impressed you as a rider, Lee?
Yeah, he looks good. He's got a great little style.
Oh, man.
Oh, he snuck it into the air fence there.
Right to the wall.
Watch Sammy. He's coming.
Look at Dale.
He's running the high line.
Dale Wood leading at the moment. This will be a good thing for Dale-o. So watching Sammy Hagan in that 3rd spot, the little pom.
Keeping it tidy.
Oh, Dale nearly stepped off it. Here comes Hago. Little Sam up to 2nd, Lee.
He's coming. One more lap.
Dale Wood, if Dale can hang on to this will be the biggest night of Dale's life, apart from meeting Jasmine. Down into 3. Sammy's going to have one more crack in the dirt, Lee.
Sammy's gone in big, turned it back, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
Oh, jeez.
Great ride.
Dale Wood will be ecstatic if he's able to hang on to that. What a moment for him. He's been down the dirt. He dropped it in practice. He's come back, and that's a great ride. He'll be pumped.
Hagan absolutely charging, wasn't he, Wade? He put on a show when it counted. He's been super strong all night. He's been the standout in the support races. There's no two doubts about that.
I said to him earlier, I said, how's the sunburn going? He said, I went rad, I'm back to white. I don't think there's ever going to be, the word brown is only going to be the racetrack in his life. So a final moments away. In which gate will be whom? That will be the question, mate.
Oh, this is Hollywood now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Laid out the gate colours.
Liam, there's such a great theatre about this sport, isn't there? It really is great theatre.
Yeah, and the riders are superstar calibre. They
Yeah.
really meet the expectations. There's no two ways about it. It's a Hollywood setup. And being so close to the pits as well as that main straightaway just over our shoulder, and they look straight into the pits. Whether the riders like that or not at times, I'm sure it's all well and good when you're having a good night, but when you're having one of the lesser, it makes your night a little more interesting. I'm sure the couple beard up.
Liam's just a couple of boys with a few cans deep calling out Friggy. Want to shake his hand. We talked about that accessibility of the sport, Liam. Sometimes it's not
How
great.
good is it?
Sometimes it's not good. If you want to stand over near Bay 13, sometimes you smell the strangest things. Some organics around that shipping container. So there are just to let you know which gate you're looking at. The manhole covers, different to the Formula One Las Vegas versions. This track has been superb. Massive shout out to Ryan Sedgman and Brenton Kerr. So here we go. Liam, you have the lineup.
So the first gate choice should be Rowan Tungate.
Oh, that's the choice?
We're iffy with thinking.
Okay.
It should be.
So
The way
Lee's
they-
going,
the
hang
way
on,
they
hang on,
come
hang
in.
on. To be fair, as he would say,
Our potentials. Rowan Tungate, Brady Kurtz, Jack Holder, Max Frick. In that order, potentially. Confirm it exactly as they come out and choose that gate, but a bit of gardening being done.
to use the Lee Adams term, who's going to go large? That will be the... There's Max.
You would think, looking at this, if Max is gardening it at gate 3, he'd be expecting that
Well, he's not
final
going to be helping
choice.
anybody else, is he?
No, you definitely wouldn't think. So he'll be potentially the 4th to choose, or he won't have a choice, essentially.
Interesting, Lee, how some traditions in Speedway never change. We still use helmet colours.
Yeah, well, it's it's pretty simple for everybody in the crowd to sort of pick him out. But it looks like Brady might have first choice. I might have been wrong. Yes, right. I was wrong.
You sold us down the river, Lee.
Yes.
Third choice to Jack Holder. And I'm not quite sure whether this is some indication of what might be happening as to actually where they're standing.
They've pretty much got their helmet colours on, I think, Wade.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You got Curtsy red. I think you got Tungate had a yellow there.
Again.
And then it looks like Jack is looking at 3, but I'll be surprised. I think he'll go probably 2.
Your second choice.
Oh, Tungate's looking like he might take blue, but I'd be surprised. I think he made a good start off yellow in that semi.
God, look at the grooves down there.
If he doesn't go yellow.
It's very unique in this. He's still trying to work it out, talking to the crew. What's he going to do?
He hasn't got his shovel. That's his problem.
Pretty serious, ladies and gentlemen, this caper.
There's a lot riding on this.
He's asking his mechanics whether he can bring in the dozer to dump a little bit of dirt, and there's not quite enough off.
Lay a bit of pipe. That'd be Summers' dirt boots right there, I reckon. Look at this. Curtsy with those distinctive. What a great company ATPI is as well, mate. That company does an enormous amount for the sport.
I think Jason Crump is actually working for them.
Is that right?
Yeah. Travel agent over in Manchester.
Ginger Tours.
Yes. Oh, he's gone blue. It's gone blue.
So Rowan's gone blue?
So Jack's going to go yellow. I would be...
You would think Jack would go yellow, wouldn't
Jack
you?
Yellow.
There's plenty of expertise and experience around here.
It's unique in this.
Yellow, Jack. Good on you, mate.
Yep, so there you go.
Officially, Jack Holder selects gate 4.
And that leaves Max out of 3.
With the white one.
It's one of the most unique forms of motorsport, Liam, isn't it, where you have to choose your own destiny
You
on the
can
line.
manufacture your own fate,
Brady Kurtz in
well and
red,
truly,
Rowan Tungate in blue.
and plenty of gardening to be done.
Frick in white.
The Daytona boots getting the work out.
Lee, what was the first pair of boots you ever owned, mate?
Oh, I was all Daytona.
Were you?
Daytona my whole career, yeah.
They were the ones to have too, weren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. And I was really fortunate. They were a great company and sponsored me massively. And, every year would turn up with all sorts. And now pretty much they run like a carbon fibre inner and an outer boot just for more protection, just to stop broken ankles and stuff like that.
Lee, these kids that want to start their careers in Speedway now have it easier. There's YouTube. You can literally style your riding styles on your heroes, whereas back in the day when you started, you had to either go and watch Phil Crump or try and get some pictures.
Yeah. Remember, elbows up, head in line with head stem.
Remember
Most
that,
important. Most important.
Darcy had your youngest brother, Darcy, had a brief flirtation with riding solos. I was kind of happy to see him park it up. He was lethal on a peewee, but the solos, they're not an easy beast to ride. This is going to be a cool thing. All right, Lee, put it on you.
This is classic. Everyone else is pretty much on a bike, and
Who's going to get it
still
done?
doing gardening.
Who's going to win it?
Yeah, look, it's a tough one. Rowan's a really good starter, so he could drop it over Brady. But if Brady gets a fresh run,
Yeah, he's been
I think
solid.
he'll be really solid, and it would be really good for him to see him win it. He's had an up and down series, so yeah.
Who do you like, Liam?
I think Rowan Tungate from here. I think he's done everything right ever since. Less than ideal opening round, but I think he's fought hard back, and I think he's got the most to lose here. He really needs freaking touch.
I think it's going to be Max Holder's second favourite uncle from gate 4. Let's see what Jack can do and hold her on. We're set for a start in your final. Brady Kurtz in red, Rowan Tungate in blue, Max Frick. Has he done enough to wrap it up before we head to Gilman? And there is Jack Holder up against the fence. Lee Adams, this is what you save your lunch money for.
Yeah, this is going to be massive. Jackie could do it here on 4. We saw Tungate do it. He's had time. It's a fresh track. He can pack it in and see what happens.
Is he going to go large? That's the big question, Liam.
Tungate. He's really close to that gate 1, isn't he? In gate 2, he's tucked right down there with Holder. In with the starter's hands. Kurtz and Tungate. Tungate looks the best so far. He gets to the turn first. Frick is upstairs.
Don't count Maxi out.
Oh, he's gone
Jackie's
down.
gone down. Rerun. He may be able to get his bike off. Let's hope so. Red light.
The lights will
Red
come
light.
on.
I think Jack's going to be excluded. Or is it Brady? Is it? I think it was.
Looks like it might have been yellow of Holder.
Yeah.
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 Jack Holder. Indeed, he went down, Lee. It was uncharacteristic, but, man, they're fighting for every inch of that dirt, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think it was pretty clear cut. He just tipped it in and lost it. So he's going to be excluded. Look at Tungate. He's going to come out. He needs a
Straight back
shovel.
there.
He needs a shovel again.
It worked, didn't it? He was spot on with that start.
Over. He was straight over Brady. Yeah. So that's his only inkling is if Brady gets a clean start, he's just going to run Rowan wide and it's going to be all Maxes basically.
It's going to toughen things right up. Why wouldn't it go without a bit of theatre? It's exactly how it should have gone. All 3 of them back to the gate, straight into the gardening while the boys top up the bikes and get ready to go after it again. Such an incredible night, Lee. It's probably the perfect temperature now for racing. It's not too hot. You'd be plenty muggy in the Kevlar still. There's no doubt about that. But thankfully, the temperature's dropped off just a touch.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's just been a good night, mate. You know, good racing, good track. It just shows the platform. Put the platform down, and the boys will turn it on for you. You know, so yeah, this is building up. Obviously, you got the 2 guys, you know, chasing down the Aussie title. Max has got a little lead, but you know, can't afford to let Rowan just get away. It's going to be epic.
Courtesy of Holder going down now, he's able to be 1 spot closer at least. So the points difference can't be that large anymore. But particularly if you were Rowan there, he was off to the races pretty well. He'd be looking for as many ways that he could have stepped away. So, you know, that 4th spot participating in this race that ideally he'd be hoping was Frick.
Exactly, yeah. He was clear. He'll be frustrated big time. But I'm quite sure he can put it together again and make it.
No 2 starts are anywhere near the same either,
I know.
are they? You can line up in that exact same rut
as
10
I say,
times over.
How many times has it bit them in the, you know what, in the backside? And they just can't put it together, you know. But Rowan's big problem is Brady there on the inside. If Brady gets a clean jump and, you know, gets the first corner, that's it. She's all over.
And now Brady has a second shot at this.
Yes.
And it clearly didn't go to plan the first time he had that choice. But Rowan chose in at the blue gate, and Brady locked it in gate 1 in red. So the riders will fire the bikes up, the last of them. Rowan Tungate in blue. He'll just have another quick adjustment with the bike, and he'll head into that lane.
Max is up, ready to go. He's eager to get it done and dusted.
So a points difference only possible of 2 now. If Max Frick can win this, and Rowan Tungate with the worst possible finish of 3rd here, he'll still take home points. So he can really only jump 2 points further away. There's current lead of 4 points for Max Frick over Rowan Tungate as they head into the final round. Our A final, Brady Kurtz, gate 1 in red. Rowan Tungate, gate 2 in blue. Max Frick, current title leader, gate 3 in white. They get called to the line for the final time. This our A final. Just adjusting Frick's bike on the line with the starters. It's all but in their hands. I think they're happy. And we ride them along. Oh, boy, Kurtz.
What did we say?
He
what
chopped
did we
that
say,
line
Liam?
right off, didn't he, Lee? He just
Straight
nailed
across.
it.
Yeah, fantastic. Look at Max just dropped it on on Rowan. Obviously, that's his main competition for the title, so he's just he'd be more than comfortable. But then, don't count Max out. I saw him coming past J-Mo in the final here in Boxing Day. So, Max has shot it in. There might be a little bump there or something.
And now Kurtz is really able to stretch away, Lee. This has been his night to win from the start. He's been so strong in every heat, and he's pieced together a beautiful semi-final. Last lap now, and we can just ride along and enjoy the grace.
Yeah, really happy for Brady. You can just see there's a few little ruts just coming into this third bend. It's just pushing them past the corner, but they've all managed to get through. That's really happy for Brady. That's fantastic.
So Tungate will just roll across the line, but Brady Kurtz, a strong showing. And he gets it up on the back wheel, and why wouldn't you? Brady Kurtz takes out the A final weight. That one was always his, wasn't it? He didn't quite get the start in the first start there. We go back to the rerun, and he never put a foot wrong there.
God, it's good to watch these boys, Liam. And it's such a beautiful art, Lee, and I call it an art because the craft of riding these things, 0.0005% of people will ever get to do this and then be good at it.
Yeah, that's... to be honest, I'm just really happy for Brady. He's had a tough run. As I say, not consistent, but tonight he come out and just stamped his authority, picked up seconds and wins and, calculated put the points together to get top point scores.
If you would have called him a smoky at the start of the night, I would have gone, yeah, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
But he certainly came from nowhere.
Definitely. Well, he's got the pedigree. He's an ex-Aussie champion.
Not that he hasn't got talent.
He's an ex-Aussie champion, so... but yeah, I'm really happy for him, and obviously Max has extended his lead, and he's got a stranglehold on his third Aussie title, is it?
Yeah. No, fourth.
Fourth.
Three in a row, remember, until Jack came along. So
yeah, okay. But
so I was watching Mick Holder stand behind us earlier on, and he gives nothing away, Mickey. No emotion. Jack went down. When he walked back in the pits, he looked over to his boy in case he looked over at him. But that guy has seen everything, hasn't he? He's seen the highest of highs for his kids and the lowest of lows.
He's the most grounded father that I ever have come across, Wado. He's he doesn't give the kids much, but he gives them everything they need, basically, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He keeps them grounded. Even when Chris was world champion, he wouldn't be shy to just go and, go over and tell him what he thought.
He's doing a great job, too, with Boise, with the Speedway experience. They do a lot of that great rider tutoring. You know what? One of my favourite memories is when Chris won the World Championship and they had the video and the family all watching and he crossed the line and just that whole lounge room lit up. Well done, Brady Kurtz. Let's take nothing away from him. And well done, Max Frick.
Talking about families, another great family, the Kurtz family.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got, the Todd, the brother, and mum and dad, just a great family, and really pushed the Cowra Motorbike Club and the Speedway Club there. And, they're knocking on the door for another Aussie title or a Aussie title round, I'm quite sure.
The bloke with the blue vest down in the middle of all that is Stu Ball's legendary cat in this part of the world, Jason Stewart, president of the club and clerk of the course here this weekend, and a pair of legs that a seagull will be happy about as his grandson walks right past us just then.
Rowan Tungate looks like somebody's reversed over his cat.
Well, I mean, he was back against the wall tonight from the start, and to get back in the final was phenomenal.
100%, yeah. Yep.
Got to say, the track was phenomenal, boys.
Awesome. Did a great job. Track staff, hats off to them. To be honest, Wade, as I said, I've come down here many times and never a bad one, It's awesome. Really good to see.
Liam, it's been a blast having you on the coverage. Lee, I'm very proud of my boy here. Did a fantastic job to work with you tonight. And
absolutely killed it, Wado.
That's the best race of the series, boys.
It's always quiet at the end of a show here in Mildura, isn't it? That was courtesy of Bay 13
Bay
right
13.
there.
That's Bay 13.
Looks like a couple of little Lidsies heading down that way, doesn't it?
It does.
That
definitely.
blonde hair, I think, and those little blue eyes. Everyone will head back to the club rooms. I'm sure we'll be doing presentations here very shortly with BJ and also with Damien. Boy, it's been an epic event. I know I was a bit worried about Justin Sedgman. He definitely ran to the ambulance before holding his wrist. So I hope that he's A-OK. We head to Gilman just a couple of nights' time. What time do you reckon Chris and Jack and the holders will get out of bed tomorrow, Lee?
I'd say 11.
Okay.
Hopefully earlier, because it looks like they're going to have a few bikes to wash.
Yeah, I think you're right. Been an amazing contest. So wonderful, Lee Adams, to have you bring such an insight into what we've done tonight and really explain this incredible sport. Look at that crowd shot right there. That's the Lions Castle.
You might see Lionsy up there.
I definitely know that you'll see Nige Tremelling and all the bunch up there. They don't mind a cold shandy on a warm night. That is the Jason Lyons VIP area. What a character that guy is. Has his own event here every year, the Jason Lyons Trophy, and of course Australia Day as well. January 26th is the Phil Crump solo trophy with Ty Wolfenden. I think Pico is hanging around as well to ride in that.
6 riders, 6 laps.
Yeah,
Final.
so good. And sidecars on that night as well.
Yep.
Don't very often have solos and sidecars. And of course the Wazza.
Really looking forward to the Wazza Monson. It's the field they've put together is just next level. It's an Aussie championship.
Absolutely. We're going to hand over to Brendan Gledhill and also Damien Down for the presentations. Great job, boys. Well done. Fantastic to work with you. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage, everybody. We'll hand it over to our presentations.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you've enjoyed tonight's Mallee Bearings round 4 of the Australian Solo Championship here at Olympic Park. Please join us again on Saturday week when we present the Warren Monson Memorial Sidecar event, and then on Australia Day, the 26th of January, for our 75th anniversary meeting, which will incorporate the Phil Crump Classic Solo event and also the Sidecar Shootout, where the invited riders will vie for the Dudley Bradshaw Memorial Trophy. Okay, ladies and gents, perhaps let's bring forward our 3rd place rider for tonight, and our club president, Jason Stewart, along with Dean Halls from Mallee Bearings. Rowan Tungate, please. And Dino. Rowan, gate 2 was still okay.
Yeah, it was a bit unlucky that somebody crashed in the final, but that's racing, and my main goal is to just always make the final, and yeah, I've been sitting that box pretty much the whole series besides Curry, so because we didn't run it, but no, to be honest, today was a pretty big struggle for me. I went to practice, I looked in my book and put a setup, and it was actually way out. I won't go into detail, but anyway.
And no points in heat 1.
Yeah, and off the outside game, the first heat wasn't for me, but I recovered, and that's what it's all about, and it's important to come back strong and make it to the final. So congratulations to the boys. It's good to see Brady on the top for once. So no, he's done good. He deserves it.
You're a tenacious rider, mate, and to recover from a poor start to get 11 points and make it another semi, so it's a great job. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in second place tonight, ladies and gentlemen, thanks, Frick. Well, Max, second place is still good points, mate, and you're still taking good points to Adelaide from Saturday night.
Yeah, exactly. I think at the moment just getting points, you know, for that night. Average in that final line. I was having trouble getting on to it, so I'm thankful that I was second. So things have got to come out supported as I remember tonight. It's always cool to see them for your events.
Hey, we always enjoy seeing you on that trip, so thank you for what you do for Speedway and Victoria and for Mildura. Well done. And the winner tonight, ladies and gentlemen, getting the top step for the first time for a while is Brady Church. Good on you, Brady. You've got enough energy to hold, mate. You've just. Well done. You must be very, very pleased with it. It's been a nice turnaround for you for the series. You certainly got those, and you go to Adelaide with a fair bit of confidence. And as he said, ladies and gentlemen, the Ginger took the red gate, so well done, Brady Kurtz. Good boys. Very, very nice main trophy there for our winner tonight for Mallee Bearings. Dino, the photographer's ready. We'll let Dean come in and join them, please. Thanks, guys. Brady Dino. Dean Hall, ladies and gentlemen, from Mallee Bearings. I hope our English friends up the back have enjoyed the night. Always good to have some genuine Speedway fans in town and here at Olympic Park. Come and join us for a bit of pleasantry, about 10 minutes time over at the pub room. Please join us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, photographers, you done? Or do you just want one of Brady by himself? Okay. Yes, sit down. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you indeed for joining us tonight. Now, congratulations to the track crew. They're still not happy about what they served up, but I reckon we should be all very happy with what's happened tonight here. No desperados needed to be pulled. So please join us on Saturday the 20th for the Warren Monson Memorial Meeting. Please come and join the club and the Monson family in paying tribute to the best sidecar racer that's ever been from this area, the late and great Warren Monson. Ladies and gentlemen, please have a safe drive home. For those of us that are joining us in the club rooms, please look forward to seeing you over there.